Welcome back, friends, to the Farm2Table Show Morning Edition, where we trade headlines for hand tools and fear for freedom, one sunrise at a time. We're knee deep into step 5 of the 7 steps to self reliance. Strengthen your local roots. This morning episode is a bold challenge to your boots on the ground faith. It's called Community Roots, Creating the Homestead Hub Your Town Needs. Because sometimes the answer isn't to search harder for something that's missing. Well, sometimes you got to build it. So, maybe you've been asking, why doesn't anyone around here trade skills? Or maybe, why can't we have a tool library or a barter board? Some of you may be saying, what is that? And that's a good question. We'll answer it in a minute. And then, where's the real food, the meetups, the monthly gathering? Here's the truth. The person asking that question is usually the one meant to answer it. Just saying, y'all. Because communities don't just happen, they're planted. And if nobody's planted yours yet, well, maybe, just maybe, time to get your hands dirty. Today, we're going to show you how to turn your home or your homestead or even your attitude in a kind of local hub your town didn't know it needed, but won't want to live without. So you say, what is a homestead hub? What is this? What's this concept? So let's break it down. A homestead hub isn't a building. It's not even a big sign. It's not about having a commercial kitchen or 40 acres, although those are nice. It's this, a place, digital or physical, where local people gather to trade goods, skills, time, tools, and trust. And every town needs one, especially in times like these. When systems falter, trust gets scarce, and isolationism, what is that word? Anyway, isolation becomes normal. We don't need more scrolling, we need circles. So, the next question, of course, is what makes a homestead hub work? 3 words. Consistency. Number 1, it doesn't have to be weekly, but it has to be dependable. Purpose. Not just hanging out, but gathering around a goal. Food, skills, trade, those things. And finally, openness. You don't grow a movement by building a clique. You start with a fire, you keep it lit, and you invite others to warm up. So, I'm going to give you 3 kinds of community roots that you can plant this year. Now, you don't have to do all 3. Pick one. Go deep. Then maybe add later. Or get some others involved and they can help too. That's important, really, getting other people involved. So, number 1, monthly skill shares. Imagine this. Once a month, folks gather at your place or at the church or maybe at the local gathering hall or something like that. And someone, maybe even if there's a farmer's market, you can do it there. But someone teaches a skill. Canning basics in June. Chainsaw safety in July. Yes, Terry, that's for you. Chicken butchering in August. Hello, Jack. And natural salves and herbal first aid in September. Maybe our friend Dwayne Hall or one of those people. Seed saving and tool maintenance in October. Sure, somebody could step up to that. That's on our homestead community. In your own town, find people who can do these things. Find people, have this in your hometown, not just at the gatherings we do as homesteaders and YouTubers and whatnot. So canning, chainsaw safety, etc. One teacher, one topic for about 2 hours. Have coffee or soup or something, snacks, and you'll be shocked at how fast this can become a pillar in your local network. How many people show up? You might be surprised. But here's a tip. Don't over-host. Don't try to do it all yourself, is what it's getting after. Rotate locations or leaders. Maybe if you got a central location, well, you do it there every time so people know where to come find it. But you have different people handling the teaching. You're a spark, not the savior. Understand that? Nobody's coming in to be the savior. So here's another idea. A tool co-op or lending library, if you will. Now this one's a little tough for me. I've talked about this before. I'm a little tough with my tools. So I understand this may be tough for guys. Okay, but tools are expensive. We all know this. But every homesteader doesn't need a post driver. I don't know about that one, but anyway, cider press or grain mill. What if 1 or 2 folks bought and stored them, but everyone shared? Start simple. A shared Google Doc or chalkboard list. So make a list of what you have, a document, what people would be willing to loan to others, a checkout agreement, and that's very important. And then clear rules for cleaning and returning. This builds responsibility, trust, and interdependence without everyone maxing out their budget. You don't need a warehouse, you need honor. Okay, so it is an integrity and an honor situation. Okay. And another one, and I like this, I'm seeing more of these, a pop-up farm stand or a free trade cart. This is deceptively powerful. You can take a small table or a produce cart, put it at the end of your driveway, stock it with eggs, zucchini, maybe some seeds, who knows, maybe farm fresh flyers, pay what you can items, barter cards, we'll trade eggs for jam, for example. Post a chalkboard message like, take what you need, leave what you can, let's grow together. Do this once a week consistently. Soon you'll find that food is only the beginning. It becomes a neighborhood heartbeat. Just ideas, folks. I ain't saying everything's perfect, just ideas. Things for you to chew on here. So, how do you turn your home into a hub without burning out, without getting tired of doing it, right? And because we can hear it already. I'm already doing a million things. I can't host one more event. I can't do something else. My wife would say I wear too many hats. I need to find, give up a hat if I'm going to put on a new hat. That's always the thing. And I hear you. We hear you because I'm living it. But here's a secret. You don't need more energy. You need a structure that feeds itself. You need a system that feeds itself. So here's how you make your home a hub without frying your circuits. Okay. And hey, maybe you don't use your home. Maybe, like I said, like where I live, there's a old schoolhouse that a lot of things happen at. There's a senior center. There's places that are community buildings that you could do these things at. But instead of every Saturday, set a rhythm, not a calendar. Instead of every Saturday, no matter what, try the first Friday of every month, or the second Tuesday after sundown, or every third weekend potluck and trade, for example. People remember rhythms, and you'll avoid burnout. Okay, because when you try to do something every weekend, or you try to stuff, you're going to get tired. So, like I said, once a month, that kind of thing. So now here's another thing. Here's number 2. Start tiny. Okay, start small, even just 3 people. Big things grow from mustard seeds. Invite 2 to 3 neighbors and let it grow by word of mouth. Or you can put it on Facebook and let everybody know. Your choice. Here's another one. Share the load. Always say yes to help. Rotate hosts. Let someone else lead the topic. Make a cleanup team. People love to contribute. They just need permission. Okay. And number 4, set clear values. Have a simple mission like local only. Open-hearted, not open-ended. And no drama, no politics, just productivity. The clearer your culture, the stronger your circle. Okay. So let's look at how could this work. So let's talk about Jesse and Mike. Now they started with a 5-member CSA, just fresh greens and a few dozen eggs a week. But they didn't stop at selling. They used their pickup spot as a mini hub. Once a month, they'd offer a gardening demo, a recipe swap, maybe a skills flyer from other locals, a kids' corner with plant starts, And before long, another couple joined with raw milk shares. A baker added sourdough and muffins. A woodworker dropped off cutting boards and nesting boxes. It became a weekly ecosystem. Now they have a full trading post 1 day a week, a shared poultry processing schedule, bulk food orders, and even rotating child care co-op. I mean, it's amazing what can come out of these things. No formal business license, just a web of people who show up. That's not just a CSA, that's a community supply chain. And it started with one couple who said, we're already doing this, let's open it up. Food for thought, folks. So, the big question becomes when you start something, you got 2 or 3 people, how do you plug new folks in? Because this is the other half of building a hub, is keeping it open but strong. You need to avoid 2 extremes, a clique that repels outsiders, okay, and a revolving door that never builds roots. So you got to have some consistency, but you don't want to be exclusive, cut people out, that kind of thing. So here's how. Give people jobs early. When someone new shows up, don't just say, glad you're here. Say, could I bring you a crock pot of soup next time? Or would you mind setting up the chairs? Or want to teach a short talk on compost in a couple of months? When people are needed, they come back. And there's something to that. People are needed, they come back. Okay. Now, Number 2, put a greeter out there at the gate or at the door or wherever. At every meetup or stand, have one friendly person, okay? Make sure it's the friendly person, not the guy who says, "Hi, I'm glad you're here. I just forgot to tell my face." Okay. Don't get that guy, okay? Right? At every meetup or stand, have one friendly person assigned to notice new faces and welcome them personally. You don't need a name tag. You need a smile and a handshake, a good handshake. Okay. Now, number 3, make the mission clear. Use simple language. Post a flyer or email like what we do, why we gather, what to bring, and how to join a group chat or whatever. Clear expectations equals long-term commitment. So, the next question is, what happens when you build the hub? So let's take a little trip into dreamland. Let's dream together. Okay. Say you start with eggs and jam, but soon someone offers chainsaw training. Yes, Terry, we're thinking of you. A neighbor gifts you meat and trade for baked goods. Kids start learning together outdoors. Maybe somebody like Rebecca can teach crocheting and stuff. Get yarn going. A widow gets firewood stacked before winter because people are good people. Bulk food orders get split 8 ways. A community solar install gets planned. People start showing up, and even when nothing's for sale. There you go. Because you didn't just build a booth, you built a bond. You built a community. You didn't just sell food, you fed resilience. You didn't just start a group, you sparked a movement. And that's exactly what this country needs right now. Local networks with backbone, being solid. So, the challenge, plant your first root. You know how this works. We always try to come up with a challenge or make it practical in some way. So, number 1, pick your platform. Will you host a Skillshare, launch a tool co-op, set up a pop-up trade cart? I don't know. Pick one, just one, and said start. You know. Number 2, set a date. Put it on your calendar and tell at least 3 people. That makes it a little real. Yeah. Getting people invited, telling people about it. Number 3, write a 3-sentence invite. Keep it simple. Hey, friends, I'm starting a small Skillshare at my place. First one is Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Learn how to make fire cider. Bring a friend. Okay. Boom, you're in motion. Okay. Now, you can, like I said, you can get a Facebook group going. You can meet up at like where there's a farmer's market. You can co-op things in where you're getting people that are in, got more than one thing. Keith and I always say, never let the talent stand alone. It's always have, the main draw and then have other things because that way you attract more people and you get more of your idea across. So anyway, let's get into this final words. Community starts with courage. Okay. I want you to hear this, friends. We're not too small to start something big. You don't need a permit to gather. You don't need a degree to teach. You don't need a business plan to bless your town. What you need is conviction. What you need is consistency. What you need is a willing porch, a warm fire, and a clear invitation. Okay? If it doesn't exist in your town yet, don't whine, don't complain, don't wait. Build it. And remember, roots don't grow in public. They grow underground first, quiet and steady, but real. Okay? So let's start planting the kind of roots our grandkids can build on. Let's start planting legacy. Okay? So, get that first invite out or put something together on a Facebook group. Okay? Just do that. Either way, until then, grow where you are and build what's missing. Open the gate wide. Because again, if it's not there and you want it, build it. All right. Hope everybody enjoyed that topic this morning. Hope that kind of maybe made some people think. Kind of got me thinking. It's like, because we've got a good farmers market that goes on Saturdays and stuff. And there's a lot of people around here who know how to do things. So it's not a bad idea. Don't know if that's something we're going to do, but I'm just saying, it's good ideas. It gets us thinking, and that's the exercise here, to get us thinking and figuring out how to build out our local community network because, if you're like me and you live, there's a small town, but then you live away from the bigger town, the smaller city, whatever you want to call it. You know, there's times we can't get down our mountain, weather, that type of thing, phenomena. I mean, tornado coming in, winds come through, roads are blocked by trees, whatever. Sometimes we're stuck, and we have to help each other out sometimes. And being known and knowing people in the community and being known and trusted in the community, and you got to start building those relationships now, not when peanut butter hits the fan, so to speak, or something happens. So the better relationship you have with your neighbors, the better relationship you have in your community, um, the more likely you're going to be able to find that help when you need it. And, so starting a hub or something like that, a community hub, a homesteading hub in your community, that could be a ticket to really getting to meet. And Monday we talked about the five, finding your five. Well, how do you find your five? Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's through something like that. You develop your close circle. So there you go. Anyway, for those who haven't put it together, because it started on time, I don't know. Anyway, it is Memorex Ryan today. Unfortunately, yesterday was a day, and work schedules got flip-flopped, rolled around, and I got to be in super early. Not happy about it, but it is life, and so there we go. So no roll call. Hopefully, bro's going to be in. He knows that this is Memorex, so he'll be in to help keep the chat rolling, so you all can have great conversation and jokes and everything. And I'll hopefully be able to catch up with you on Thursday. But so thus, therefore, no redneck weather report today. Continue to keep Jack in your prayers as him and his family are out of town for viewing and funeral and that sort of thing with his stepdad passing away. So keep them in your prayers. Everybody else that's been going through some things, Scotty, continue to keep Scotty in your prayers. Continue to keep Janae and her family and her sister and all them in her prayers. Continue all those who are going through things, and just yeah, and hey, my granddaughter, she's got a problem going on with her eye, one of her eyes. She's blurred vision. It's some stuff. They're not sure if it's within the optic nerve, if it's some damage didn't develop right. We don't know. She's having to go through a bunch of testing. So basically, it's blurry on one eye and clear on the other, and we're trying to figure that out. So prayers for my little granddaughter named Maisie. So anyway, so I appreciate that, everybody. So we're going to move right on into the brain buster of the day, the thought for the day, the thing that makes you go, what? Are you serious? Anyway, so the question today is, what happens if you get scared half to death twice? Inquiring minds want to know, what happens if you get scared half to death twice? Just make you think. Okay. So, quote of the day, of course, as always, is tied into the subject matter. The future of every community lies in capturing the passion, imagination, and resources of its people. A guy named Ernesto Ciroli said that. The future of every community lies in capturing the passion, imagination, and resources of its people. Ernesto Ciroli. Ernesto, you were a pretty smart guy. Anyway, so there's that. So let's troll on down through upcoming events. Of course, the one that I found, got kind of talked about yesterday, June 20th and 21st, Homestead Freedom Festival at the South Fork Homestead in Paris, Illinois. All right. Apparently, this is a pretty cool old homestead. You can go on to the old Google machine or whatever you use to search and just search Homestead Freedom Festival, and you'll find it and get all the details. The speaker lineup is crazy, incredible. They've got like an old ghost town, frontier town built on the homestead. It's like a 150-year-old homestead or something. It's pretty cool, 2-day event. Got a lot going on there. So go check out Homestead Freedom Festival, South Fork Homestead, Paris, Illinois. June 27th and 28th, Modern Homesteading Conference in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. You can find more information at modernhomesteading.com or on the old fake book, or you can search it on the Google machine. But anyway, that's another event that's been going on. Got a great lineup. Those who make the rounds, and it's out in the northwest area of Coeur d'Alene. Beautiful area. So if you're up in that area, there you go. September 5th and 6th, the Ozarks Homesteading Expo in Marshfield, Missouri. That's just east, a few miles east of Springfield. Been going on for this will be the sixth season now, sixth year. And the lineup is awesome, and the vendors and everything are awesome, and we're looking forward to being there. September 26th and 27th, Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, Southeast Expo Center in McAllister, Oklahoma. That event is gearing up. Everything's getting ramped up, starting to get busy. with a lot of preparations. Still looking for vendors and things of that nature. There's a lot of room there. It's a huge facility. There's going to be a lot going on. But you can find out more at oklahomahomesteadrendezvous.org, or you can go on Facebook and type in Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous and find it. But anyway, that's at Southeast Expo Center in McAlester, Oklahoma, September 26th and 27th. Keith and I are looking forward to being there and speaking and presenting, along with several of our friends and some people in this community. So look forward to seeing many of you there. And of course, then Homesteaders of America Conference, October 10th and 11th in Front Royal, Virginia. That one is sold out, but keep your eyes around. There may be tickets. You might reach out to some people. Who knows? But anyway, that's the granddaddy of them all right there, and super cool event. So that is the upcoming events. That is what's going on. So I'm going to leave you with a little question thought, a little thing, and I'm guilty of this. Okay, so I'm talking to me as usual. We all get very busy in life, jobs and hobbies and family events and extracurricular activities, part-time jobs, hustle, whatever. We get very busy in life, and busy is great. I mean, it's better than being a sloth. Okay, but busy can become overwhelming. Busy can take up so much of your time that you're actually getting nothing done. And you're spinning your wheels, but really you're not making any traction. So, keep that in mind. And I always just say, don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. Some people need to learn that. People I work with need to learn that. But anyway, I digress on that particular part. But anyway, so doing that. So make time for family, make time for doing these things. And so when we talk about, doing these things in the community and everything, it is not to pile one more thing on your plate of an already busy schedule. And that's why you need to start making friends, or if you already know people in your community, get help. Don't try to do all this alone. It's not how we're meant to do things anyway. We tend to isolate on ourselves, and we tend to pull into ourselves, and that's not healthy. And I spent many years on the go all the time, living different places, moving around. And so I learned to depend on me because I didn't have that circle. And it's taken a long time to be able to trust somebody else to let them do it, to be able to let them do it their way, not my way. And to not be a nitpick when somebody's trying to help. And so and I have a tendency to overload my schedule. I've always done it, to put more on me than I should. And sometimes, life gets that way. So just, sometimes it's okay to take a breath. It's okay to push the pause button, and just kind of catch your breath a little bit, and don't take on more than, you and your family can handle. And, above all these great things, if it's about family and it's about community. And so, just take that from somebody who's bounced his head off of it a couple of times, and just want to pass it on as we talk about organizing something like a community hub or a farm hub or or even like those types of things, food hubs and that kind of things, being involved. I mean, I'm all for it. We got to have people doing it, and it should be us. But just be willing to pace yourself a little bit. So anyway, I'm looking forward to hopefully being back with y'all tomorrow live. I much prefer it. It's get to chat, to laugh at, and go through and answer people's questions and whatnot. So, and read their comments. So anyway, sorry that I was not able to be there today. It is just the way it goes with the job that I currently have. So anyway, we're going to move right along and kind of start wrapping this up. Hope everybody is having a blessed day and doing well. And like I said, hopefully be seeing you back live tomorrow. We will be on number 4 tomorrow. I don't have that pulled up in front of me, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what number 4 is. But it is one more step in step 5 of building strong community. So it will be one more in that series. We're in step 5. There's only 2 more steps, which is 6 and 7. So 2 more weeks, and this series will be wrapped up, and then we'll be getting it out, in that way, and we'll be moving on to something else. We'll see what comes down the pipe at us. But anyway, that is a wrap for today on the Farm to Table Show Morning Edition. Thanks for joining us as we strive towards building stronger communities for now and in the future. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button. Give me the old thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you're not already, subscribe to our channels on Facebook or YouTube or X and Rumble. It's the best way to stay connected and help grow the conversation about food, farming, and community. So until next time, keep your roots deep and your vision growing. Good food starts with great people just like you. Okay. Remember, we are hashtag stronger together, hashtag tablers unite. Get that over there where you want. Anyway, and of course, hashtag think outside the big box store, shop local. Anyway, be a blessing to someone. We will see you all on the other side. You'll have a blessed day and be a blessing. And just a smile goes a long ways in somebody's day. Anyway, see you all tomorrow. We're going to hand this to Hank to take us on out of here.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.